My name is Johnny Maldonado, spiritual gangster. So I'm a big Billy Carson fan. You know, I see him as one of my mentors. I also wouldn't be here without the Empath Uprising, which is a chief. And what they've taught me and what I've learned in my own journey is to understand self, man. Understand who you are. To understand where your wounds are stemming from. I know I'm jumping into this a little bit too quickly here, but today is the title is, what are we waiting for, man? So what exactly are you waiting for to make your next move? And it's fear, man. A lot of us hold fear. Fear of what? Fear of the unknown. Fearing of what's going to happen. Fearing of what's going to partake if we leave that relationship. If we take that new path. If you're feeding into these toxic relationships, if you're feeding into the bullshit, then that's what you're going to come. You're going to manifest that bullshit. Why? Because that is the energy that you're admitting. Everyone is in this in this path of enlightenment. The enlightenment to what? To understanding yourself, man. To understanding of who you really are. So today, at least, is what I'm coming with, or at least what I want to talk about is what's holding you back, man, from taking that next step. My thing is just take action, dude. You have to take action. And that's going to be where the alchemy starts, man. The alchemy starts when you step out of your comfort zone. Or what am I waiting for? Am I waiting for an outside source to come and save me? Am I waiting for somebody to come and help me? Nobody is, man. You have to do it. You have to be the leader. You have to be the one to take the initiative, as I'm seeing and as I'm learning, because it's not just for us. This is an ascension. It's a shift in consciousness, because it's time. And as we wake up together, the more we wake up together as a collective, the more powerful it is. Not everybody's going to believe you. That's one thing that I'm understanding and realizing, not everybody is going to come along with you in this journey. It sucks. It's sad. It really is sad, because it's you want to share. You want them to understand. That's also a drug, if you don't know. You know, the stuff that we're consuming, that we're watching, the news, all that shit fucks with our consciousness, our being, our way of being, our essence. Right. To seek the light, to have light, to be free, not to be in restrictions. Because at the end of it, we restrict ourselves, the negative self-doubts, the negative self-beliefs, and then sometimes it's in our blood. So as we're healing, as we're understanding ourselves, you're healing that DNA, and you're also activating the codes, your own codes, your ancestors, should I say. And it feels good, man. And it feels good to understand this, and it feels good to have a purpose. And that's why, so if you're lacking in life, start creating. If you start creating, just get out there and get yourself out of that comfort zone. The next step is going to be revealed, and you're going to be able to see. But if you haven't done the healing, if you haven't been able to be and being able to connect with source, then it's going to pass right by you. It's going to pass right by you. And that's why, because it's going to say it sends you somebody. That person that it sends you, your gift that you're seeking might be right behind them. It might open that door that you're looking for and seeking. So are you going to be a victim, or are you going to be a solution provider? Meaning, it's going to happen. So what are you doing right now to change that alternative, to change that outcome? And that's why we're alchemists. Because, like I said, before I jumped on here, fear came in me, doubt came in me. What are you going to go? Just go out there. This is what you need to do to break out of your own shell, to break out of your own comfort. I mean, if it's raining, I might perceive it as beautiful, and you might perceive it as it's a bad day. It's all about perception. And as I'm realizing is, if you want to change your life, you have to change your story. How are you seeing this thing, or this issue, or this problem? And at the end of this, man, is what I'm trying to get to is, what are you waiting for to heal yourself, to leave that toxic relationship, to understanding who you are, not who you think you are, who you are. meaning you hear this all the time, spiritual beings having a temporal human experience, meaning there is a ghost behind the shell. And this is stuff that didn't teach us. Who's they? Our parents, the society, the elites, the ones who are running these oligarchs who are running this society. They don't want you to know this stuff. They don't want you to know this divine light that you have in you. They want you to put it outside to a different source. They want you to outsource this, your knowing outside, because if you wait for someone to come and save you, then you're going to keep on waiting. And no disrespect to my Christians here, but they wait to die so they can start living. And right now is the time to live. And I didn't understand none of this stuff. And what I'm doing now is embodying it. You have to embody the person who you envision yourself to be. If it is your higher self, if it is God's source, whatever it may be, whatever drives you. If it's your family, if it's your loved ones, if it's just to heal yourself. But what I came to realize, people are only going to meet you as deep as you met yourself, or as they met themselves, should I say. People are only going to meet you as deep as they met themselves. So as before I used to react a lot, which react like, what the fuck, reacting, you react, they offend you, you take it personal. And what I've realized is like, dude, they're just talking shit about themselves. That's just really the way they feel. That's how they think. That's their programming. And they're just projecting it onto you. Because if I make you feel like this, I don't gotta look at myself. I don't gotta look at my own demons, my own shadows. Because that's what it is. We all have shadows. And the more you deny them, the more you suppress them, the more they're gonna arise. That's why people say Satan or the devil. Dude, you stop projecting and look at you. What can you do? What are you going to shift within yourself to make that change that you want, that you're looking for, that you're seeking? Be that person who you're seeking. Be that person who you want to be. Embody it. Buddha, Krishna, Jesus, whatever it is. Your higher self. Because that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm understanding. Like, we are the ghost behind the shell. There is that voice that we hear. That is ourselves speaking to us from a higher dimension. It's like, why did nobody ever tell us? Because they don't want you to know this. Sorry guys, I got on a little rant there. But yeah, man. So this is the stuff, dude. Oh, and how did you learn this, Johnny? How did you learn this stuff? What made you come to this understanding or this awareness? And that's what it is. It's awareness. Bringing awareness to you. To who you are. You become conscious. And they speak about this in many cultures, being reborn again. You're going to a higher level of consciousness. You're reading you're being reborn. You can now look at yourself at a different perspective now. You see the trauma-based person that you were. Your reacting self. You see your parents. It's really what it is. If you have, or you're fortunate to even have parents, man. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned in my journey, is to forgive them. They did the best under their own circumstances. What their parents call. Remember, this is all past generational trauma. It gets passed on to without even knowing, subconsciously, man. Your beliefs, you're installing them into your kids. Like, let them speak. Let them share. You're restricting who their being is. Listen. Be that parent that you wanted your parent to be. Because like I said, a lot of us didn't have a mother. A lot of us didn't have a father, like I didn't. Now, am I going to use that as an excuse to be a certain way? Then that's just myself limiting myself if that's the case.